Greetings fellow ukuleleans, Jeff Weinberger coming at you here with a new ukulele tutorial. I'd like to continue our series on common chord progressions. Today we're going to talk about the minor line cliche. And there's a lot of different names for this, but basically what a minor line cliche is songs in a minor key, or a section of a song in a minor key, might have chords where a lot of the notes of the chord stay static and the same, but one note of the chord moves to a different note of the next chord and to a different note of the next chord, and it creates this line. Usually that's a descending line. Usually that goes down in half steps. So the notes fall. There's like a kind of a falling sound to it. And it's a real common sound in music. It's kind of like a nostalgic sound, a sentimental sound. It's kind of tugs at the heartstrings when you hear it. That little thing I was playing at the beginning there, that was Michelle by the Beatles. And they certainly do that. They open the song up with that line cliche. There's millions of songs that use this, though. You probably know them. We'll go over a few. Blue Skies, that's a great old song. Ella Fitzgerald's version especially has that line cliche right prominent in it. My Funny Valentine. That song If by the 70s soft rock band Bread, the bridge of If, has the big old line cliche in it. And then another one I'd like to show you today, Chim Chimaree, from Mary Poppins. That's a great one that has that line cliche. I'll just rattle off a few more here that we might not get to today, but Stairway to Heaven, everyone knows that. This Masquerade, Leon Russell wrote it, George Benson made it a hit. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, Taste of Honey, that Al Hirt thing from the 60s, trumpet player. And then we had Time in a Bottle, you know, Jim Croce. That's a beautiful song. That could make a whole lesson by itself, but that has that minor line cliche in it. Feelings, Morris Alpert. Got to Get You Into My Life. There's a section of that right before the chorus, the pre-chorus. Paul McCartney song, Got to Get You Into My Life, off of Revolver, one of my favorite Beatles albums. So, on and on. Shine On You Crazy Diamond by Pink Floyd. The bridge of that song has the line cliche. There are so many. Tom Petty's Into the Great Wide Open. So you can go to a lot of different genres. It doesn't necessarily have to be one kind of music or another, from one era or another. A lot of music has this line cliche. So let's learn the one that happens in Michelle first. We have an F minor chord to kick the song off with. Here's how I like to do F minor for this particular application. I'm going to leave my G string out of the equation, so G is just X'd out. But after that, on the C string we have 5th fret, on the E string we have 4th fret, and on the A string we have 3rd fret. So it's like X, 5, 4, 3. Nice little F minor chord. The next chord is F minor major 7. Do not let that name throw you. I know it's a fancy name, it's a long name, and some people would call this a C augmented chord, but don't let that throw you either. We know from previous videos that many chords have dual identities. They can be called a few different things. Once you get real familiar with music theory, you'll be comfortable with that. That won't freak you out that some chords have more than one name. But in this case, we're calling it F minor major 7. I know, very long name, very convoluted, but that's what it is. And this is simply X, 4, 4, 3. Only thing that changed was the 5. We had 5, 4, 3, and now we have 4, 4, 3. So that note moved down a half step. Then we move that note down another half step. And this is going to make this a F minor 7. And so that chord is X, 3, 4, 3. So we had a note on the 5th fret of our C string. The other two notes stay the same, but we change it to the 4th fret on the C string. The other two notes still stay the same, and we change it to the 3rd fret on the C string. And then finally, we change it to the 2nd fret on the C string. That would be X, 2, 4, 3. That's a F minor 6 chord. So that's generally how these line cliches go, these minor line cliches. A minor triad, a minor chord with 3 notes in it, a minor major 7 chord, a minor 7 chord, and a minor 6 chord. That's the most common setup, although not every minor line cliche follows that formula. But I'm going to play that for you again. You can hear that line going. It just falls by a half step at a time. 5th fret, 4th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, the note F, the note E, the note E flat, and the note D. So all line cliches have that in common, that there's one line that moves, whether it moves by half step, whether it moves by whole step, whether it goes up, whether it goes down. In this case, we're doing the minor line cliche, the most common one of all. And that's, of course, why it's called a cliche, because it's used so much. There's so many hundreds of songs that use this that it's become a musical cliche, but it's still pretty cool. Whether it's overused or not is up to you to decide. I like the sound of it. I think it's cool. That Beatles song Michelle uses it to full effect. I can totally hear that played on like an accordion or something like that. But anyway, that's the first 4 chords, and then we have to do this crazy chord. There's a lot of different names for it, but really what I would probably call it in this context is B flat minor 9. Don't let that name scare you. It's just 4 notes. 4 notes can only be so scary. So you've got 1, 1, 1, 3. It's a bar across the 1st fret, and then your 3rd finger or your pinky, either one, can grab the note on the A string 3rd fret. Let's do that whole intro together. The way that I'm picking it, though, before we do it, I do have to explain one thing quick. I, with my thumb, pick the C string. With my index and middle, pick the E and A strings. And you do that for these 4 chords. And then we can just kind of strum that B flat minor 9. It's a little bit of a melody going on there in case you're up for it. It's the melody's on the A string 3rd fret, then it's on the 1st fret, and then it's on the 4th fret of the E string. And you just strum a C chord. And that leads, like I said, to the verse, which starts on an F. So let's try the whole thing together. Here we go. So you've got a nice little intro there using the minor line cliche. Let's learn another one. Let's check out Chim Chimaree. That's kind of a fun Disney kind of tune. I think, what was that? Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke were in that movie, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong about that. I might be thinking of the wrong movie. So we have Chim Chimaree being in the key of C minor. And we're starting with a C minor chord. 0, 3, 3, 3. That goes to a C minor major 7. 0, 3, 3, 2 goes to a C minor 7. 0, 3, 3, 1 goes to a C minor 6. 0, 3, 3, 0, a really spicy chord. We don't play that one very often in strumming groups, but that is a cool chord. So here's those 4 chords in a row. Oh, by the way, the song's in 3/4 time, so it's important to give it that waltz feel. And let's do that again. After that, we have just simply an F minor, to a C minor, to an A flat 7, to a G 7. A flat 7 is 1, 3, 2, 3. Not the most common chord in the world, but it's common enough. I've seen it quite a bit in music, especially music in C minor and in C major, that you're going to need it. Eventually, you're going to have to come to terms with the A flat 7 chord. So let's do that again. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And yeah, I'm finger picking, you know. You could just strum them though. You could go like. That was down, down, up, down, which is a really solid 3/4 waltz strum. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. So So Chim Chim Marie is a real classic that uses the line cliche. Oh, let's do one more. Let's keep this short. So I'm just going to give you one more song that uses the line cliche. Let's do Blue Skies. I'll choose that one. And that's in A minor, and this is a fairly easy key to grab. This is the Ella Fitzgerald version. She does it in A minor. And so what we have is an A minor chord. Easy, easy. It's just 2, 0, 0, 0. An A minor major 7, which is 1, 0, 0, 0. And then an A minor 7, which is all open, 0, 0, 0, 0. Then we got a D7. And then we have C, G7, C, and E7. So that goes like this. Blue sky, smiling at me, nothing but blue sky do I see. So that section of the song, that's above and beyond what we'll learn today, but in case you need to know it, it's C and F minor. Alright, so the line cliche is very prominent in this song. It's practically the whole song. It's like what the song is centered around. A minor, major 7, A minor 7, and then D7, go into C chord, G7 chord, back to C, and then a big fat E7 that brings us back to A minor major 7, A minor 7, and D7, nothing but C chords, G7, back to C, and that goes to the bridge. Noticing the days hurrying by, my how they fly. So Blue Skies being one of the most well-known and classic versions of the minor cliche. Stairway to Heaven might possibly be a modern equivalent of a very popular song that everyone knows that uses the minor cliche. Alright, ukuleleans, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned a little about this very common chord progression. And let me know if you have any questions, if any of that music theory didn't make sense. We can talk more about it. But in the meantime, I will make some links available so you can get to song sheets, you can get to recordings, and maybe even chord diagrams so you can see some of this stuff written out and learn it yourself. Alright, fellow ukuleleans, you take care. And congratulations, President-elect Biden. Take care. Bye-bye.